Hey, let me start off by saying I am proud to serve as your local mortgage advisor. I'm Cameron Budges. I run the mortgage firm office here in New Orleans. Whether you're buying your first home, upgrading, or refinancing, I'm here to help make that process simple and stress free. You've probably heard you should shop around for the lowest mortgage rate, but here's the thing, the right mortgage is about so much more than just a number. It's about strategy, expertise, and having someone who knows this market inside and out working to get you the best results. As someone who lives and works right here in New Orleans, I understand the unique challenges of this competitive market. My role is to guide you through the options, find the best that fits your financial goals, and ensure your offer stands out when it matters most. Now, some of the key things we do outside of the mortgage terms itself, worth noting when we're looking at helping our clients across the board. Talking pre-approvals, average turn time 24 hours or less. There is no reason for your pre-approval to take weeks to get back. Fill out your application, submit your documents. We'll get everything reviewed and have a pre-approval in your hands in 24 hours or less. Underwriting turn times, you are getting underwritten within 72 hours. Right now, our current time frame is 24 hours or less, but an average of 72 hours, so 3 days. That means you're not having restless nights. The seller's not worried about financing. You're in great shape. Leading into that is our TBD underwrites. What this is, before you put an offer on a house, we have the ability to go ahead and get you fully underwritten. That means your offer, you're able to leverage that offer over any others in the market, and a lot of other things we'll touch on after the fact for how this helps you through the financing process. Next, insurance is a huge ordeal in our market. We want to help where we are getting insurance quotes for you as you're putting an offer on a house. No reason for us to guess what insurances are. We can help shop that insurance around. It's something we take pride in where we help you every step of the way. Next, when we're looking at closing timeframes. So 3-week closings, that's our norm. Normally it's a 30-day process, but no reason it should take a month, month and a half, 2 months to get you closed on a house. Happy to do 3-week closings or quicker if necessary. And what we're going to do from this point, I'm going to share my screen with you and actually show you what we do in these situations, from comparing loan options to locking interest rates. I'll explain how we'll build a mortgage strategy tailored specifically to you. So I'm going to flip my screen real quick and go through a quick breakdown of what you're looking at when you work with us at the mortgage firm. Okay, so right off the bat, what we're looking at here is a correspondent lender and what we look at when we're shopping interest rates for you. So what you'll see here is just a scenario of a loan and what rates are available in the market. What I'm showing you here, look at all the different investors we have in the market, where we don't just have one interest rate for the day, similar to like what you would see with the bank. We're able to shop around and see who has the best interest rates for the day, and frankly, that's who we're going to go with when we lock in your interest rate. Now, a lot of these names you're not going to know, but some of these you might actually realize, and yes, they're investors on the back end with us, so we get to see their rates for the day. You'll note, so this is sorted by who has the best rates for today and further down with not so great rates. And what we get to do here, we look at this for every specific situation where you're going to see the interest rates available for the day. And this is where we get in the conversation of paying points or not paying points to buy down your interest rate. So we see in today's market, the rate is 6.625, but you have the option of buying down your interest rate to 5.375. So when we say you have options, you've got options in this market. Now, our job is to actually look at, okay, what makes sense, the cost to actually buy down the interest rate, and what makes sense to actually buy down to, if it makes sense at all. So know when you are shopping interest rates and maybe you get a lower rate from another, you're probably getting points associated with buying down that interest rate, and they might not be so straightforward about that. So when we're looking at interest rates, know that you've got options, and we are going to go through this together when it comes time to lock in your interest rate. Next thing we're going to look at is adjustments on rates and how to get you the best pricing in the market. What you'll see here, this is for conventional loans, and the adjustments on rates depending on your credit score and your down payment amount. So things that we are going to be looking at when exploring options. Maybe it makes sense to go to a 10% down payment versus a 15%. So all things for us to consider. Next thing we're looking at here is this is the mortgage-backed securities market. We watch this daily. I can say with confidence there are not many people in our market who watch this as close as I do. So what this is, mortgage-backed securities, when we look at this over time, you'll see that it's an inverse relationship. So as this goes down, mortgage rates actually go up. Not so great moves over the end of the year into this year. But what you'll see, we are locking in interest rates ahead of any news in the market that could potentially increase interest rates. So you'll see we were locking rates in as the mortgage-backed securities market was going down, interest rates were going up. As rates are getting better, we're not locking. We're watching that, getting you better rates with time in the market. So all things for us to consider there. We're watching the market, seeing what news is coming out for that week. Does it make sense to lock in rates or does it not? Now, next thing for us to look at, you are going to be seeing a lot of these. When we sit down and go over your pre-approval, we are going over a breakdown on the numbers. I want you to know these numbers coming into the loan process, not a week before closing. So a sample here, we're going to be looking at a breakdown on monthly payments. We're going to be looking at a breakdown on your total cash to close. Know that that's your down payment, your closing cost, and your prepaids. So all things that we're going to talk through, talk about ways to get this cash to close down, talk about ways to get this monthly payment down. But know that we go through this in a lot of detail. So from here, you've got the application link in this original email below. Go ahead, fill out your application, upload your supporting documents. Like I said, we'll get that reviewed, be back in touch. Let's schedule a initial loan consultation. We'll go through your pre-approval, your application, the different loan options, and get the ball rolling to make your first offer. So any questions in the meantime, you've got my cell phone number. Call me, text me, feel free to reach out. I'm here to help. Now, any other questions, or if you want to see details on what we just went over, there's going to be a link in this email to go through separate videos for each of those different topics. We'll dive into detail depending on how much you really want to know about the mortgage process. So like I said, feel free to reach out. Talk soon.